Now today we'll see something called as guarding the service, guarding the routes. Sorry. So if you think that until and unless you have some condition, you are not allowed to go to this route, forget password, right? So you need to have some guard, and that guards can be activated and can be deactivated. So today we will see canActivate guard, how to guard or how to protect one of the URL, how to protect the URL, that we'll see. Now here, if you want to protect the service, right, or if you want to protect the URL, one of the route, you need to have one service. So here in the second, right, or overall here, let me create one, what you can say, service ng gs and forget service ng gs, and which service? Forget service. Let me hit the enter. Now here it will create, what you can say, one service inside this, which is nothing but the forget service. See, here it has created in the first forget. Can you find that forget service? Okay, you might need to refresh it. You might need to refresh. Yes, see, forget service. So it has created one service called as forget service, right? And here you need to implements can activate one interface you need to implement, which is nothing but can activate. Here you can have import and can activate from which package, act angular and which router. So canActivate, right, canActivate comes with one method, which is nothing but this method is going to return. So if you are going to implement to this, right, you need to override this method, and likewise, see, it is either returning the observable, or it is returning the promise, or it is returning the simple boolean value. So I am going to return only boolean value, so I won't need these things. So let me remove it. So it is going to return boolean type of value. So it is going to have two parameters, which is nothing but activated route snapshot and the router state snapshot, right, to get the data at the load time. And if I return the true, see here, if I return the true, right, that particular route where this guard is protected by is going to be available. Now I'll show you. I want to protect this forget, and can you see canActivate, sorry, or guard. Here there is guard can activate, right? Here you need to have, so this path would be having one array. This path would be having one array, and that array is nothing but, let me check. Guard, I want to see. I think here we need one array canActivate, and it is nothing but one array canActivate, and here you are going to pass your forget service. Right here you are passing array, means all these are true, then only then your, what you can say, this URL would be getting activated. Now I'll show you. Let us run the code and see what happens. Let's run the code. Say npm start, and if you want to go to the forget username or forget password, right, then it must, what you can say, it must make it true. This should be true. Whatever this service is going to return, that service should return the true, and that service must implement the canActivate. If you have implemented the canActivate, then and only then that will allow you to reach to that path, otherwise not. We'll see that. So here I'm going to say localhost :4200. So it will take me to one web app that we have created, localhost 4200, right? And forget password will, we have protected this thing. Okay, this is not working. Why? Because you created the service, but you haven't injected into this providers, right? At the app level, there are some providers. Here you can say, here you can say forget service. So here you need to incorporate it, refresh the code, that will automatically getting refreshed, and now you can go to the, what you can say, forget password here, right? Now I'll show you. If I return it false, if I return it false from here, what happens? If I return it false from here, what happens? See, if I try to click it, nothing is happening, because that is returning you false. Okay, now here you are getting router activated route snapshot, and here you are getting route state snapshot. Now why this? This is for reading the route variables. This is for reading the route variables, and this is for reading, what you can say, router info like query params. From here you can read the query params, and from here you can read, what you can say, your route variable. So here you can check if, right here you can check if route.params of, what you can say, USNM, right, USNM is exactly equals to, what you can say, codekul, then and only then, right, is exactly equals to codekul, then and only then return what? True. Otherwise return what? False. So in this case, right, in this case it is returning the codekul. That's why you are allowed to get the access over here. Now if I change it from the code, let me go to the first component, right? Here is the link, and can you see here you are passing codekul, right? Here you are passing what? Codekul, and here if I pass Android, right, it is not allowed to go to that URL. See, you cannot go. Why? Because this username is not valid over here, and that's why they have given these two things, one for reading the query params or router related information, and another is for route variable related information. You can read it from here, and router related you can read it from here. So guarding, you can guard particular route, means you can check if there is a no login, there is a no successful login, right? You cannot go to the profile page. So this can happen like this, right? This can happen from here like this, and that's why you would be using guards like canActivate. I'll revise once again. See here, if you want to protect this with some of the guard, you are going to create one service. I created that service. That service should implement canActivate, right? And into the canActivate, you have two variables, snapshot, router state snapshot, and route state snapshot, right? That two snapshots are there. You can have it, right? You need to mention your service under what you can say providers tab over here. Here you can mention it under the providers tab, and then you can use it according to the value written by your what you can say service. canActivate, right? This is how canActivate will work.